Hello, friends. I have not videoed in, I don't know, maybe years. It's been a long time. Um, I keep meaning to do like an update, and I just haven't done it yet. But life has been very strange for me in the last few years. I don't know if you guys remember, but we moved from Colorado to Missouri about little over 5 years ago. And then we had just had a lot of transition. There was a time period where I injured my back and I was unable to really do much of anything. In fact, I was kind of bedridden for about a month or so. It was a really terrible time, but I just the stress with that and the back injury, and I just started to gain a lot of weight, and then I was kind of on and off with keto, and fast forward to, well, I'll do a little pre 2 years ago. I was on a bunch of medication. I had started seeing an endocrinologist, and he put me on a bunch of medication to try and manage my diabetes, and I still kept gaining weight, and so he tried me on a drug. I'll just spell it because I just don't know what the rules are with YouTube and other places about these types of things, but it TRUSLICITY. I do know how to spell it, but I had to think for a second. And it was awful. And I did lose a lot of weight, quite a bit, and but I was vomiting like all day for like several months, and I ended up being in so in January of 2024, I ended up being in the emergency room because I couldn't stop vomiting. And I found out, well, I actually don't remember this part, my husband had to tell me, but I was in kidney failure. And so it took them a little bit to figure out what was wrong with me, and lo and behold, I had lactic acidosis. And so I was in the ICU for 10 days. They had to do continuous dialysis. They almost lost me, I believe, 3 times. I was unresponsive, and I was kind of like in a medically induced coma. I obviously don't know this part, so this is the part that my husband and family members tell me about. But it was not good. I almost died 3 times. And so then I started to recover, and then moved me from the ICU to I don't know, like the next stage in the hospital. And I was in that area for a little bit. I don't know, maybe a weekish. And then I really started to be more myself, and I was able to transfer to the rehab part of the hospital. And then I was there for almost a week. So I was in the hospital for a little over 3 weeks. It was a long time. And there was a time period where in the hospital I couldn't talk, and they did not know if I was gonna have brain damage. There was I had all kinds of things: speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy. I could not remember what year it was, and it was just pretty traumatic. It was awful. And so after that, they took me off all medications, and they were like, your body doesn't handle things. Things are going terribly for your body, and I have kidney damage now. I have chronic kidney disease, and so they said that I had to be really careful what I took. But since I'm diabetic, they put me on insulin. So Being on insulin has been rough in some ways. It does manage blood sugars fairly well, but it's also a growth hormone, and so I gained quite a bit of weight. My kidneys are now stable, and things are okay, but I am monitored closely by my nephrologist. And I have a weight management doctor as well, because, obviously being overweight is not good. It's not healthy, and also nobody feels great as they can when they are overweight. So, weight management doctor and a nephrologist and endocrinologist. And so, between the three of them, we kind of had to make a new plan because I had gained quite a bit of weight. I think I was up, well, actually from my very lowest, I'm up 80, but from about where my body liked to stay all the time, I'm up at 60. And, now I am on a new medication, and it starts with a Z, and it is a weekly jab, as people say. You have to be careful, because I know some platforms get really bothered with the things that you talk about. So that's going very well for me. And I am not keto anymore, so I probably, I don't know how much I will video on here. I have started to do TikTok and Instagram, and it's just under dubya.i.bee. Well, I think on Instagram it's dubya.i.bee. So dubyabee. So if you want to kind of follow along, I share little videos, clips about what's going on there. And I may or may not come back to YouTube and kind of do some stuff there, because I know lengthier videos are better with YouTube. But you're welcome to follow me if you are interested in what was going on. I don't share a whole lot of my family stuff on there, just because my kids are kind of grown. I have 4 kids at home technically, but our oldest at home is actually, she's a college age student, and she's home from her mission, and she's moving to Utah. She's going to be an FSY counselor, which is it's a church youth camp counselor, and then she's gonna go to school to be a doula. That's the kind of interim part. She wants to do some other things in college too, but that's what she's starting out with. And then we just have 3 kids at home after that, and 2 of them are seniors, and they graduate in May, and they're planning on going on missions for our church in September-ish, sometime in the fall. And then we just have our baby Henry, who is 14, almost 15 years old. And I don't know, there's people get to certain ages and they don't really want their mother showing their life on social media. So probably sometimes I'll show stuff. We're right now at a basketball tournament for Oscar. He loves basketball and he's very good. That's one of the things that's been excellent about moving to Missouri, is that our kids have been able to really get into sports on competitive levels. There's some really good homeschooling sports leagues here. So that's been great. And Henry is very into track, and he's extremely good at it. And he has been doing track also through the AAU program. So I guess maybe sometimes here and there I'll talk about it, but mostly just kind of focus on my journey. So I'm be happy to have you guys follow me along on TikTok and Instagram. I'd love to hear from you guys and how your journey is going, whether you have tried some new things or so forth and so on. I still really believe in keto. I think it's a great method for getting healthy, and I try to stick to protein and veggies, but I also am not 100% keto. A lot of the time I'm not, but some days I actually kind of am. So yeah, I don't know, but I'd love to hear from you guys. How's everybody doing? Long time no see. But I'm grateful to be alive. I feel very, very blessed. I'm grateful to try this new medication that seems to be really helping me. It's I started it January 14th. I'm on the lowest dose, and so far, I don't weigh myself all the time, but so far I'm down 14. So that's progress in my book. I'm 52 years old now. I am a very old lady. I have 7 grandkids, and life is rich. It's good. It's good to still be here. I'm grateful that God preserved my life, and yeah. Anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys, so shoot me down a comment. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and hopefully I'll be able to hear from you on any of those platforms. But take care.